Coming up tonight, back in business, Jewel will reopen on Monday after closing for a month. Have you booked yours yet? 73,000 people aged between 12 and 39 have already made vaccination appointments. And a man who was apparently naked in several viral videos has been arrested. This is the Straits Times Newsnight. Good evening, I'm Chao Suen. Jewel at Changi Airport will be reopening next week, adding to the list of things we can look forward to come Monday. This comes as no new cases involving airport workers have been detected since May 20th, a week after Jewel was shut amid a COVID-19 cluster that originated in Terminal 3. But while Jewel will reopen, passenger terminal buildings at Changi will remain closed until further notice. Also announced today, a new $15 million grant to help 5,000 airport workers adapt to the enhanced safety measures at Changi. The funds will be used to provide a special monthly allowance for 6 months, cater meals for the workers, and help with paying for their personal protective equipment. Workers in higher risk zones like arrival immigration halls will have to wear PPE throughout the duration of their shift, except during meals and rest times. Paying a visit to airport staff today, Transport Minister S. Iswaran said they remain in high spirits despite the recent challenges and inconveniences.
I must say I was very impressed by the very positive spirit that the workers had. I think notwithstanding the challenges and all the adjustments they've had to make, they remain very optimistic and committed to ensuring that Changi comes out of this stronger and continues to thrive.
Meanwhile, some airport workers have begun taking COVID-19 breathalyzer tests as part of a small-scale pilot. This new non-invasive test will gradually be scaled up to replace antigen rapid tests for more airport workers. Minister Iswaran says the tests are a potential game changer because results will be known in 2 minutes versus 30 minutes for ARTs. The locally developed Tracy X breath test is the second such system to receive provisional authorization from the Health Sciences Authority. Now, looking at Singapore's COVID-19 situation today, there are 9 new cases in all, with 3 in the community that are all currently unlinked and 6 that were imported. And with the easing of restrictions next week, the 2 passenger limits for taxis and private hire cars will be lifted from Monday. And carpooling trips which do not involve payment, such as those between families, friends or colleagues, will also be permitted, subject to the prevailing group of size 5. 73,000 people aged 12 to 39 have booked their vaccination appointments as at noon today. Almost 3/4 of the people in this age group who have received their SMS invitations. This is the first day in which Singapore has extended its vaccination program to this age group. The Health Ministry said that more SMS invitations will be sent out progressively as more vaccination slots are made available. Health Minister Ong Ye Kung said that Singapore citizens will have a 2-week priority window to book their appointments. He also suggested that those who opt for the Moderna vaccine are more likely to get an earlier slot. And in other vaccination news, if you are unsure if you need to disclose your vaccination status to your employer, you shouldn't have to. According to experts, employers here have no legal power to force staff members to disclose their COVID-19 vaccination status or demand that they get the jab, unless, of course, there is a business need. Now, you might have seen some viral videos of a naked man in various public places, including while riding a motorcycle. The 24-year-old man has since been arrested. The police told Straits Times today that he was reported to be walking around naked at Block 212 Lorong 8 Toa Payoh on Thursday at about 5:45 a.m. But that was far from being the only sighting. In one of the viral videos uploaded onto Instagram by Singaporean actor Suhaimi Yusof on Thursday, the man can be seen riding a motorcycle in the nude without a helmet. In another clip circulating on Facebook, apparently the same man is seen walking around naked in a car park, climbing on top of a white car and jumping off it. He is to be charged in court with appearing nude in a public place on Saturday. He was intoxicated and speeding with his eyes closed when he crashed his car into a foreign domestic worker who was walking along a sheltered footpath 2 years ago. 26-year-old Sai Yong Da then drove away and sent his car to a workshop to try to have it repaired to cover up what he had done. The maid, Ms. Domelin Santos Ocampo, was later found dead at the scene. She leaves behind 2 sons aged 8 and 19 and her husband in the Philippines. Sai was jailed for 6.5 years and will be disqualified from holding all classes of driving licenses for a period of 10 years upon his release from prison. Now, the Manpower Ministry has instructed Jurong Port to stop all unloading works on board a vessel after a worker fell from a height of 15 meters while working on it on Thursday. The 48-year-old Malaysian national sustained multiple fractures and is currently in intensive care in hospital. MOM is investigating the incident. Now let's take a look at what's been trending on social media today. Making the most of its global success, Netflix is launching an online store to sell limited edition apparel, lifestyle merchandise and collectibles. Items debuting this month on Netflix.shop include streetwear and action figures based on anime series Yasuke and Eden, as well as apparel and other items inspired by crime thriller Lupin. Now, if that doesn't suit your fancy, what about merch from The Witcher or Stranger Things, which Netflix says it plans to introduce in the near future? The website is available only in the US for now, but will expand to other countries soon. Now, after a year-long delay, no thanks to the pandemic, Euro 2020 will kick off tonight when Italy take on Turkey at 3 a.m. Singapore time. Lots of exciting games to look forward to in the next 4 weeks, including reigning European champions Portugal and current world champions France, who are playing each other in the group stages. France may be the favourites to win the tournament, but there are lots of other teams who could do it too. The Euros do have a history of throwing up some unlikely champions. Personally, I'm picking Germany. Yes, I know, they are in the so-called group of death. It won't be easy, but I'm sure they will get out of it, ahead of France, Portugal and Hungary. And the Singapore football team is also in action later tonight, with coach Tatsuma Yoshida insisting that his men stick to their style and his philosophy in their final World Cup qualifying group match against the unbeaten Saudi Arabia. After losing 4-0 to Palestine and 5-0 to Uzbekistan, coach Yoshida says the team has nothing to lose, and he wants them to play on the front foot against the Saudis. The Lions were dealt another blow this week after defender Shakir Hamza withdrew from the squad, citing pressing personal commitments that require immediate attention. He is the 4th key player to be ruled out after Haris Harun, Safwan Baharuddin and Iksan Fandi. Now you might see lots of pretty pink lights tomorrow evening, or have already seen them lit up in your neighborhood. Here's why. Tomorrow marks this year's edition of Pink Dot, held digitally due to COVID-19 restrictions, where households can light up their pink lights in solidarity with the LGBTQ community in Singapore. As part of Pink Dot 13, there will also be a live stream at 8 p.m. featuring notable local performers such as Charlie Lim. And that wraps up the Straits Times Newsnight. Do visit straitstimes.com to see more news and videos. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the button below. Keep safe and have a great weekend.